What is up, guys? Today I'm going to do a short video to compare the real and the fake Jordan 11 prom nights that are going to be releasing soon. They're also called the cap and gown, but it really doesn't matter about the name. The purpose of this video is to basically show you the main differences between the real and the fakes that I looked at some pictures online, and just to help you guys not get cheated online. So I'll compare these the real and the fakes and point them the key things that I spotted out, just to help you guys make informed decisions when you're trying to purchase these shoes from a unauthorized retailer. When I mean that, more like a eBay seller or anything like that, so you don't get cheated. So for the purpose of this video, the shoes on the right will be the real pair and the shoes on the left will be the fake pair. To start off this comparison, we'll look at the boxes first. Unfortunately, I do not have the full box in front, but I do have the plastic packaging to compare between the real and the fakes, the pictures. So you can see there's actually a color difference between the real and the fakes as far as the plastic packaging goes. The real one has a lighter color to it and more of an ashy gray and dark blue color, and while the fake one is more like a plain just a dull black to it. Apart from that, they look very similar. The fake one indicated on the left has similar details to the real one on the right. It's not missing anything major at all. The major thing here again is the color difference, and there doesn't seem to be any material difference at all. Let's move on to the shoe trees, and the shoe trees, you can see they're actually observable color differences. On the right again there's the real one, and on the left is the fake, and you can see again the right one has the real pair, the real shoe tree has more of a lighter color to it. It's more of a gray color, while the fake pair is more like a dull color to it. But other than that, they're pretty similar in shape. Maybe the real one is slightly wider while the fake one is slightly narrower, but this is just a shoe tree, and if people are trying to sell you fakes, they can easily just change that, so it's not really a good way to legit check your shoes at all. Right, so from careful inspection on the back of the shoes, you can see there are actually major differences between the real and the fakes. If you just have a glance at it, it might seem similar, but if you look at it closer, there's definitely a difference. The major difference here is the color of the patch, where the 23 is stitched on. On the real pair, you can see it has more of a lighter color to it, and sort of a shine to it when you look at it carefully, while the fake one is more like a dull black to it. And you can see the 23 that is stitched on is slightly smaller on the real pair, while the 23 on the fake pair is slightly larger. There are also differences in the type of material that are used on the upper of the shoe. If you look carefully on the real pair, it sort of looks more like a darker shade to it and seems to be of a higher quality. Unfortunately, I can't really make full comments on it as I do not have both shoes in front of me, but I do think the real pair has a slightly higher quality to it. And also, if you look at the cut of the pedal leather, it seems different as well. You can, to make things easier, just focus on the midline stitching that are present on both of the shoes. You can see the midline stitching on the fake pair is much longer than the one on the real pair. So the fake pair is sort of like a taller pedal leather cut, while the real pair sort of a shorter, but not too much. And lastly, if you again focus on the middle line of the stitching, you can see where the midsole and the outsole forms like a peak. You can see on the real pair, the peak is much more sharper, and the thickness on the midsole and the outsole is much more thicker as well. And there's also a color differences between the outsole. So from looking at the picture, we can see the 23, there's definitely a distinct difference between the 23 on the real and the fakes. As mentioned before, the 23 is sort of like punched in, so it's more like an indented look to it on the patch, while the fake one sort of looks more flat and there isn't a texture to it. And you can see the Jumpman, the ball of the Jumpman lines up with the 23 in the middle for the fake, so that's usually a very common flaw for bad replicas, but for this replica they got that right, so you can't use that pointer to say it's fake. And for the real ones, it does line up with the 23 as well. So this picture provides an alternative angle of the view on the shoe, and you can see that the ball that is on the Jumpman lines up on the middle of the 23 for both the real and the fake, so they're similar in that regards. However, if you remember previously, I mentioned there was a difference in the material on the upper in respect to the quality. I hope you can see this in the picture right now, because I feel like at this angle it seems to be more clearer. The pattern letter cut, however, looks pretty similar side on, but as I mentioned before, on the back the fake has a higher pattern letter cut. And as far as the Jumpman logo, they seem to be similar, but it could be due to the lighting. It seems like the fake pair has more of a shinier look to it. From this angle, you can clearly see there's a difference in the color between the real and the fakes, and also the type of material that is being used. The real pair is consistent to the box and the shoe tree. There's a lighter gray color to it, which goes from the inner lining, the sock liner, all the way to the tongue. While the fake pair, you can see it seems to be more of a dark gray color to it, more of a very dark color compared to the real ones. And you can see there's also a difference in the thickness of the tongue. On the fake pair, it seems like it's thicker than the real one. The real one seems to be more of a thinner look, a slim and streamlined look. And also the material used on the outer of the tongue is also different. You can see that, especially on the color. Additionally, if you remember that I mentioned about the 23 being more of an engraved look to it, more of a punched in look on the real pair, you can definitely see from this angle where the real pair is, look at the 23, sort of indented into the shoe, while on the fake pair is more just a flat look to it. Just having another quick look of the shoe tree that is usually in the inside of the shoe. You can see on the real pair it's just a piece of plastic, while on the fake pair is a plastic that is wrapped around a paper. From this picture, we can see that the Jumpman tags are on the third spacing for both the real and the fakes. They seem to be on the same position, so there's no difference in that as well. Similarly, the laces look very similar. I can't really tell any difference between the laces on the real and the fakes, and they seem to have the same thickness as well. So the pattern leather quality on the toe box seems to be very similar for both pairs. However, if you look very closely, you can see that there is a peak that's present on the top of the pattern leather on the toe box for the fake pair. With that being said, identifying peak on your shoe doesn't mean that your Jordan is fake, because I've seen peaks on the real pairs as well, and it's just that when you see a single peak and you spot other flaws as well, and when there's other flaws with a peak, it's most likely that your pair is fake. But if you just found that your shoe has one peak and no other flaws, there's a chance that your shoe is not fake. If you look closely here, you can definitely see a difference between the outsoles of the real and the fakes. On the fake pair, you can see that it's more of a solid color to it, and it's just a very bright blue, while on the fake pair it's more like a dull blue, and also you can see it's sort of translucent. You can almost see the midsole through the outsole. Other than that, there's no other difference. So lastly, let's look at the bottom of the shoes of the real and the fakes. If you can't see the color difference that I mentioned previously, hopefully you can see it in this picture, because the real pairs are definitely slightly more dull, while the fake pairs are like more of a brighter blue to it. Other than that, there's no major difference at all between the real and the fakes. And you can see the carbon fiber here looks pretty similar. And even the fake pair seems to have a texture to the carbon fiber, which usually isn't common for Replica. Usually for Replica, the fake pair has a pretty bad carbon fiber. It's usually smooth to the touch, but from this picture it seems like it has a texture, and it's very similar to the real ones. Also, other than that, there's really no major difference that I can spot from this picture. Alright guys, that's it for the comparison. Hopefully I helped you guys in spotting differences between the real and the fakes, and help you guys not get cheated online. For more content, please like, comment and subscribe, and follow my Instagram as well. Thank you.